first thing that we'll be making today is grilled chicken. The chicken is full of iron and protein. The chicken is squishy, as you can see, but it's not yet liquid or any other things like that. It's still soft. Today the marinade will be consisted of an Allegro marinade right here that you can see. It's just the Italian, and this right here. There you go. And salad dressing. Balsamic vinaigrette, actually. Right here you can see also the olive oil has separated from the vinegar, and by doing that you can see how the acid and the base have separated. So in your salad dressing, one more thing about it is when you have your water also mixed in, it gives a neutralization substance almost to neutralize the acids to keep them from reacting to each other. So now some pepper and some salt should be added, just not a lot, just to where you can see it, the flakes. Now salt. Now that we've got our grill up to 350 degrees, nice and hot as you can see, you want to hold your hand over it, make sure you got good heat. The chicken will cook for a total of around 16 minutes, 4 minutes rotation on each side. You want to go down. So now our chicken's, after another 4 minutes, you can look after we've rotated it and flipped it. You got consistency all throughout the chicken, in which your coloration and the stripes that you get from the grill. So now instead of just flipping this time, we've browned. Now the chicken is rested for the 5 minutes. Now it's time to cut it. You see they're still nice and moist, but yet not cold. And there's our chicken breast. The next item for our meal is a fruit salad. We'll start off with an orange. This is an acidic. Because of the acidic properties of it, you can tell when you're opening it, sometimes if you have a little cut or something, it will sting. So go ahead and just cut that in half. Now we have our oranges, and now let's cut up our apple. From the apple, we have a base from the juices in it. They're neither acidic or anything else, they're just bases. And the next thing we have, just to keep it a little tart, or if some people like that maybe, is a lemon and a lime, acidic base. And then same with your lime and your lemon, they're all the same, like that. It keeps them from, if you're not ready to eat yet and you're not going to eat for a couple hours, to put the lemon over them, it keeps them from turning brown. So you just want to put a little on, and it doesn't affect the taste. And by putting all this in, this is a physical, I'm doing this by physical means, so it's a physical mixture, and it's a physical reaction because you can undo this. But by cutting this up, it's not reversible, so it's still not physical.
Today I will be making a salad. I already have my vegetables in the bowl, and I have some salad dressing and some nuts that I will add to the salad and my salad dressing. As you can see, I already have a heterogeneous mixture here from the different types of vegetables, such as the lettuce and the spinach and any types of other vegetables, which have already formed a heterogeneous mixture. Now I will add some nuts to it, adding into my heterogeneous mixture. I will stir this up, creating a physical reaction, which a physical reaction is something that can be undone, and I can undo this by separating the nuts from the lettuce and then salad dressing off of the lettuce and having all my original parts. Now that I've mixed this up, I'm now going to add my salad dressing. As you can see, there's two parts of it because the oil and the water and the ingredients have separated because they do not like to be together because they are opposites. So I'm going to add some salad dressing to my salad. Now once again, I'm going to mix it up. There are several parts to this salad. There is the acidic salad dressing, and there's the fruits that are basic, and the fruits also have a neutral side, which is the water in them. And I'm going to now put it into the fridge to prevent it. Now it's time to make the chocolate chip cookies from scratch. I'll be making these with several ingredients, which are my acidic chocolate chip, my basic baking soda, my neutral salt, my acidic flour, my acidic vanilla extract, my basic egg, my neutral sugar, my acidic brown sugar, and my neutral butter. Now it's time to start making the mixture. I've already preheated the oven at 375 degrees. Now it's time to cream the butter in my mixing bowl. Now I'm going to add sugar to my butter. I'm adding 3/4 cup of granulated regular sugar first into here. I'm adding 1/2 cup of granulated sugar to my cream butter. Now I'm going to mix this up with the sugar. Now I'm going to add my brown sugar, and I have 1/2 cup of brown sugar as well. Mix this up now. Now I have my granulated sugar, my brown sugar, and my cream butter in my mixing bowl. I'm going to beat it until it's light and smooth now. Now that I've mixed these up, I'm going to move on to the next step. Now I'm going to add the egg, my 1 egg, to my mixture. And I'm going to now add my 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, I will mix all my ingredients. Now my ingredients are starting to mix together and beginning to form my chemical mixture, because I can no longer take the sugars and the egg and the vanilla out of this mixture. In a separate bowl, I'm going to add my flour, which I have 1/8 cup of flour, salt, which I need to measure out, my 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and my baking soda. I'll mix these ingredients together. Now I'm going to add my second mixture into my first mixture. Now I'm going to stir in my chocolate chips. Now that I've mixed in my chocolate chips with the rest of my mixture, I'm now going to roll up little balls and put them on my cooking sheet. I'm going to cook the cookie dough for 8 to 10 minutes, and what that's going to do is going to endothermic react. The water inside of it evaporate from it, and the cookies will then harden. They are cooling. This is an exothermic reaction of them letting off their heat. Now I'm going to put in the pan in my 375 degree oven and let them bake. Our timer has just gone off. That means our cookies are done cooking. I'm going to remove the cookies from the oven, and you see that all the ingredients have melted together.
The marinara is a chemical reaction from the onions, the mushrooms, the garlic, the oregano, the basil, the crushed red pepper, the salt, the pepper, the crushed and diced tomatoes, and the tomato sauce, because you cannot undo the mixture. Cannot get everything that was put in there to its original form. It is also a chemical reaction, because when the things are cooked together, you cannot get them to their previous form of uncooked. It undergoes a chemical reaction. Also, it is an endothermic reaction because the atoms in the pot take in the heat, and the pan gives the heat to the items, so it's an exothermic reaction as well. Also, the sauce has acidity from the tomatoes and the spices added. It also gets a little bit of base from the olive oil added to the mixture. And the sugar added to the mixture. So here is the finishing up of adding all of the ingredients into the pot for the marinara sauce. Next up is the Kool-Aid. We poured the water into the pitcher and measured out the Kool-Aid and added it, and the solubility of the Kool-Aid is very high because once you add it to the water, almost instantly does it dissolve, although you do need to stir it a little bit. This is a physical reaction because if left out in the sun, the water and the Kool-Aid can be separated and turned back into their original form. Here's the stirring of the Kool-Aid. And here is the following, or the finished product. Coming up right about now. This is the pasta. We used eggs, flour, and olive oil. This is a chemical mixture because the items cannot be separated. It also goes under an endothermic reaction because the pasta takes in the heat.